What is going on, guys? This is me, Jolt, and welcome back to another video on the channel, guys. In this video, we have every single boss fight in Black Ops 3 Zombies made easy. Whenever I do Easter eggs on stream, people always ask me how I'm so good at them. And in reality, I'm not good at them, just these strats make it easy. For this video, I have certain layouts that I highly recommend you guys use, and these layouts are made for people that both have every Mega Gobblegum and no Mega Gobblegum. So this video is made for everybody. So if you have trouble with one of the boss fights in Black Ops 3, watch this video. Hopefully this helps you out. So if this does help you guys out, if you guys want to do me a huge favor and drop a like and subscribe if you are new, and comment down below what map you had the most trouble with and what strategy you actually used. One last thing, if there's any other game that you need help with, such as Black Ops 4, Infinite Warfare Zombies, Exo Zombies, Extinction, World War II Zombies, let me know and I'll try and make another video like this as well. I know that this was a very long intro, but with that being said, let's jump straight into the video. Timestamps will be on the screen. Let's jump into the first map, which is Shadows of Evil. So in every layout that you see here, you're going to want to run everything that you possibly can that you see on the screen right now. Starting off, you want to get the Apothicon Servant. Now this is the only real weapon that you actually need. For perks, you want to get Juggernog, obviously, Stamina Up, Speed Cola, and Widow's Wine. Those are going to be your 4 perks. If you can get Little Arnie's, cool, but if you can't, don't worry about it. They're not mandatory at all. Now for your Gobblegum, you want to run Fatal Contraption. This is the Death Machine Gobblegum. This is a must if you want to do this as easily as possible. You can also run a Perkaholic if you want, although it's optional. You do not need this at all. Of course, it just makes everything easier. Now if you're in co-op and you have a friend that has Fear and Headlights on, make sure you have that in the boss fight as well. Now for the people that only have classic Gobblegums, you do not need Fatal Contraption. You can either run stock option or in plain sight for this. Now for your secondary weapon, preferably you should run the Dingo, but if you can get your hands on any other fast-firing assault rifle or LMG, that'll work as well. Now finally, it's time for the strategy. What you want to do is you want to go into the boss fight room with 1 or 2 zombies left. Now go up to a keeper and hold square on it. If you want to make this a little easier, you can go to the ones in front of the Pack-a-Punch machine, but that's just something I did to try and keep the zombie off me for longer. After you hold square on the keepers, the screen will flash white, then they will deactivate the Shadow Man's force field. But as soon as you get the white flash on your screen, pop your Death Machine Gobblegum, pick up the Death Machine, and stand in front of the table that you see me do here. Now whenever his force field gets taken down, just spray into him, follow him everywhere he goes, and spray into him. Then whenever he gets above the table, put away your Death Machine and hold square on it, and congratulations, you've done this with ease. Now it's time for the second map, Eisendrache. So everything you want in Eisendrache goes as follows. You want the lightning bow, you want to get the haymaker, but if you can't get that, you can either just get the brecci or you can get the KRM off the wall. Those work as well. You also want the MR6, but if you traded that out, you can also get the XM53 from the box. Now it's very important that you get these 3 weapons, and you will see why. This boss fight is so easy once you do everything I tell you. Trust me. But I guess that's kind of the point of the video. Anyways, I would also suggest that you get the monkey bombs from the box, but if you can't, I would suggest that you do the second tram Easter egg, because you have a 2 out of 3 chance to either get the haymaker or the monkey bombs. The only other thing you can get out of the second tram is the Man of War. So unless you have extremely bad luck, you'll get one of the things you need from the second tram. For your 4 perks, you want to get Juggernog, Quick Revive, Double Tap, and Mule Kick. If you feel confident enough on co-op, instead of Quick Revive, you can get Stamina Up. Now, no matter if you're playing solo or co-op, you must get Head Drama. Now Head Drama is to take care of the biggest threat in this boss fight, and that is the Panzers. With Head Drama, you can take out the Panzers in 1 to 2 shots with your shotgun. Now as always, you'll be able to run Perkaholic if you want, but that's not mandatory. It just speeds it up and makes it easier. Also, if you're on co-op, you can also run Near-Death Experience, which will make it that you keep your perks when you get revived an infinite amount of times. So if someone in your game runs Near-Death Experience, this will make it even easier on co-op. So if you're only using classic Gobblegums, I would suggest that you still run the weapons I already told you to run. Instead of Head Drama, I would run either In Plain Sight, Arsenal Accelerator, or Stock Option. Now time for the strategy. Once you place your Ragnaroks down and you're into the boss fight, just run in circles. I run counterclockwise, but it doesn't really matter. Make sure the bar for the specialist is green and ready to use instead of grayed out, because sometimes the Ragnaroks can glitch out. Once the keeper goes in the middle with the wisp below him, pull out your Ragnaroks and plant your Ragnaroks underneath the keeper. Now get behind a pillar because sometimes it can still glitch out. When you're behind a pillar, either throw a monkey bomb or shoot a charge shot with your storm bow. Whenever his chest starts glowing, spam into him with your XM53 or MR6. It should only take 1 or 2 shots. Once you see your screen shake a little bit, you're good to go. Go up and pick your Ragnaroks back up. Throw all your monkey bombs if you have monkeys. Once you throw all your monkeys, grab the max ammo and pull out your haymaker. Also make sure you pick up your Ragnarok. This will be whenever the panzer starts showing up, so whenever you see a panzer, just spray into him. It should only take a couple shots. Like I said before, thanks to head drama, the panzers can't do nothing to you. You will kill them before they even have time to react. Once you kill all the panzers, another max ammo will spawn. You hear the keeper. Go throw your monkeys and grab another max ammo. If you still don't have your Ragnaroks back, just start killing zombies with your haymaker until you have them back. And that's pretty much the whole boss fight. Just repeat what I just told you 3 times and you're good to go. Also, here's a good place to remind you guys that if you use any of these strategies, let me know in the comments and tell me how they worked out for you. So if you followed everything I told you to do, you should have been able to do this with ease. And let's move on to the next map, which is Zetsubou No Shima. Okay, so starting off, you're going to want to get the KT-4. For your secondary, you want to either get the Brecci or the Marshals. Keep in mind that you can get the Brecci for free from the middle challenge. You can also get monkeys if you want, but they're not necessary. Now for your 4 perks, you want to get Jug, Widow's Wand, Double Tap, and Stamina. For your 5th perk from your challenges, you can either get Quick Revive or Speed Cola. Now for the gobblegums, you want to go with Idolize because there's not a good way to cheese this boss fight like there is for Eisendrache and Gorod Krovi. So we're just going to go with something that'll keep you safe. As always, you can run Perkaholic if you want, but it's not necessary, it's optional. If you're worried about going down on solo, you can also run the Imprint Plant. You don't want to use the Imprint Plant on co-op because if you go down and you get revived through your Imprint Plant, there's a good chance that the boss fight will glitch out and you can't finish it. If you're only using classic gobblegums, I would suggest running Game Plain Sight. I know, very repetitive, but this is by far the best classic gobblegums for boss fights. Now, like I said previously, this is probably the hardest boss fight once you know all of these strategies. It's pretty ironic because this is the easiest boss fight in this game if you don't know these strategies. But now that you do know these strategies, this is the hardest one to do. Now all you have to do is run around in circles and make sure Takeo doesn't smack you, and also make sure that the Thrashers don't smack you as well, because unlike the normal map, the Thrashers will one-shot you, regardless if you have Juggernaut in this boss fight. Just pay attention whenever the spore starts to show up on his arms and just shoot it with your Masamune. Now the reason we brought Idolize into this boss fight is because if you get cornered and you feel like you're about to die, do not hesitate to pop it. Make sure you get out of there by the time Idolize runs out. Here's a bonus tip: do not stand next to Takeo with Idolize because he will still be able to hit you, regardless if you're in Idolize or not. Just pay attention to your surroundings, make sure that the Thrashers aren't planning on cornering you, but if they do and you notice it, pop your Idolize so you can get out of there in time. Now, this boss fight does not focus on kills, you just have to wait 1.5 to 2 minutes every time you shoot his arm for another one to reveal itself. Once you shoot all 4, congratulations, you have done this boss fight with ease. Although not really, because there's not much of a difference from what I told you and what normal people do with this boss fight. But anyways, let's move on to the next map, which is Gorod Krovi. So your loadout goes as follows. You want to get the Ray Gun Mark III. This is essential to do this very easily. You can also get the Draken or the Dingo, although it's not necessary. You can get monkeys from the mystery box while you're trying to get the Ray Gun Mark III. Cool, but you don't need them since you have the Dragon Strike. Plus, you don't really need them anyways. Now for your 4 perks, you want to get Juggernaut, Double Tap, Stamina Up, and Speed Cola. Now for the gobblegums, Idolize is a must for this. Trust me, this makes it so easy. As always, Perkaholic is optional. If you want to run it, cool, but you don't have to. Fatal Contraption is also really good on co-op, but it's not necessary. Now for the people that aren't using Mega Gobblegums, you can run In Plain Sight, although this will be much more difficult because you have much tighter of a timer. So what you want to do when you first get in a boss fight is obviously hit the switch in the center of the boss fight arena. The robot will defeat Nikolai, and then boss fight 1 will begin. So when you first start off, the dragon's going to breathe fire everywhere. You want to pull your shield out because this makes you invincible to fire. And just watch your surroundings as always. Nikolai is not a hostile at this point in the boss fight. Now I'm pretty sure this dragon is scripted to do the same movements every time. But basically what you want to do is whenever he moves for the first time, Nikolai will shoot his wing, and then you spam it with the Mark III. It'll take like 5 to 10 shots, depending on how accurate you are. But then you just gotta wait a little bit longer, run through more fire with your shield out, make sure no Manglers or Valkyries are gonna kill you or nothing. And then, like a minute after you destroy his wing, Nikolai will expose his stomach and you shoot that with the Ray Gun Mark III. This will again only take about 5 to 10 shots, depending on how accurate you are with your Mark III. And And then you have to run through even more fire. And then eventually, Nikolai will expose the neck of the dragon. Once he shoots the neck of the dragon, you spam with your Mark III, and you've done the first part of the boss fight, the hardest part of this boss fight. So go ahead and throw your monkey bombs where Nikolai is going to spawn in the cutscene for some celebration. Because you completed this boss fight already, trust me. Enjoy your cutscene with Nikolai, and then boss fight 2, which is Nikolai, will start up. Now, as soon as you can control your character, you want to pop Idolize immediately. Go up to Nikolai, spam your Mark III at him, shoot the left core, then the right core, then if you're fast enough, you can shoot the center, and you don't have to worry about the top 2 cores. But if you're not fast enough, you're going to have to shoot the top left core and the top right core as well, and then his center core will be exposed. And there you go. Just like the title and the thumbnail said, you just defeated Nikolai in 10 seconds. Now I think we're all in agreement here after watching this video that Idolize is one of the best gobblegums ever made. But that is the definition of doing a boss fight with ease. Good job, guys, and let's move on to the final map in this video, which is Revelations. Now for the final loadout of the video, you want to get the Apothecary Servant and the Dingo. You could also get the Thunder Gun if you want, but it's not necessary. Now, if you're doing the Easter egg, you will have low Arnie, so you don't have to worry about that. But your 4 perks should be Juggernog, Stamina Up, Speed Cola, and Widow's Wine. Now for Gobblegums, you should go for Fatal Contraptions, the same as Shadows of Evil, really. You just have one extra step in this boss fight as compared to Shadows. And of course, as always, Perkaholic is optional, and only use Idolize as the last resort. Only use it if you have no other Fatal Contraption, because in the gameplay you're about to see, you'll see why you should never run Idolize. Idolize will make it so you can't finish this boss fight while you have it active, and the Shadow Man will go back and you have to redo the summoning key step. Now for the people that are only running classic Gobblegums, I highly recommend that you use stock option. This will help a ton with your Dingo, but if you don't want to run that, of course, as always, you can run In Plain Sight as well. Now for the final strategy of the video, when you first spawn into the boss fight, go in front of the Chronorium, and that'll spawn the Shadow Man and start the boss fight. Once you do that, go ahead and head over to one of the little beast mode pillar things and interact with it to start charging the summoning key. And from here, just shoot your Thunder Gun or your Apothecary Servant. Be careful because every single enemy that can spawn on this map will spawn during this process. And right here you will see why I said only bring Idolize as a last resort. Because when you have Idolize active, you cannot interact with anything. But anyways, once the summoning key has a nice white aura around it, throw a low Arnie, go ahead and pick it up, throw it at Sophia, go ahead and pop your Fatal Contraption, pick up the Death Machine, go in front of the book, and once he's inside the Apothecary's mouth, go ahead and put away your Death Machine, interact with the Chronorium, and that'll shoot a beam at the Shadow Man, and that's how you know that you finished his boss fight. Now of course, leave it to me to go down on one of the easiest boss fights. But if you did bring Idolize, go ahead and pop Idolize before you throw the summoning key at Sophia, and then wait until it's at least halfway over to throw the summoning key at Sophia. By doing this, you're allowing your Idolize to finish right around the time that the Shadow Man will enter the Apothecary's mouth. And then as soon as Idolize is over, you can go ahead and hold square on the Chronorium, and congratulations, you've done this boss fight with ease. And if you follow this whole guide, then you've done all the boss fights in Black Ops 3 with ease. So that's going to be the end of the video. If you guys did enjoy, do me a huge favor and drop a like and subscribe if you are new. Like I said in the beginning of the video, if you guys have used any of these strategies in this video, let me know in the comments which strategies you used. Now if you guys want to watch any of these boss fights, go ahead and go into the description and they will all be there. Just to let you guys know, all of these were recorded live on stream. So you guys will hear me interacting with my viewers and you will be hearing some background music. But make sure you check out some videos on the end screen as well. With that being said, I hope you guys did enjoy this video. And with that being said, this is Jolts signing out. Peace!